And welcome back to the Crochet Crowd. I'm your host Mikey. Today we're going to do the Action Packed Square Afghan design. This is actually meant for the Crochet Cruisers for fall 2017 as we work on a Project Linus together to be on board Carnival Magic, the Carnival cruise line for the Crochet Cruises. Within today's pattern, I'm going to show you how to do the basic square that you see here, and everything that you see on top has been embellished, and we'll talk a little bit about that here. But let's talk about the details first. This is the Spotlight Square, and all it is a basic circle once again, and then the final two rounds here in the single crochets are blue. So the entire thing is yellow until the final two rounds here are blue, and then it transitions out. Where did I get this? This is an actual dishcloth from yarnspirations.com. It's called the Bat dishcloth, and you can find that on there. And all I just did is that I made it and then I sewed it down to the top of this. So let's just turn it over in the back. So here's what the back looks like, and you can see that all rounds from 1 all the way to 11 are all gold, and then the 12 and 13 are blue. And so when you sew the motifs in, make sure that we have tips for that as well. Make sure you don't go through all the way because you're using black. Just go through the surface overlays or surface yarn strands in order to put it into position, and just make sure that when you finish this you leave such a long tail that you can circle all the way around and just weave in your ends in the black. And so then if your blanket ever turns over, you have a nice clean edge like that. And of course you could always put one on the back too. So this is a really kind of a neat idea. I was really quite inspired by this, and again, you know, it's a matter of going online and just pulling certain things from here and there and making your particular concept. So let's get started. The video tutorial is exactly the same on following it from the start to finish. In the link in the more information of this video there is a pattern, a link in order to get this bat if you wish that. So let's get started on today's video. So here is the basic circle that we see here, and then it has a ring, 2 rounds of single crochet to finalize that, and then we have a transition to then a square. So each one of the designs is the same design. It's just a matter of changing the color strategically in order to make it work. So the Crochet Cruises have been challenged to make these kind of action packed squares with any kind of theming with overlays and embellishments, and due to copyright we can't specifically give you the instructions for some of these because it's too close to copyright. But you can find things online like the bat. That's just a dishcloth found on yarnspirations.com. The star here, this is the starting of a baby blanket that's in the star. This one here is from another Afghan showing smaller stars. This here is just a granny square with just some strips of crochet going back and forth. Again, this is just a rectangular with another rectangular with a little bit of embellishment like this. And then the lightning bolt I've actually written the pattern for, and you can find that on the Crochet Crowd as well, and just say lightning and then you'll have that as well. And this is really kind of cool. So let's talk about the pattern itself and let's show you an example. So here is one of the squares. Again, the star here is just a starting of a baby blanket just laid in top of the middle of the circle, and then the circle is just growing out and then it stops and then we transition to a square. But I want to show you here is that whenever you put your embellishments on the top, you should never see it on the back side. So this is what it's going to look like before you do that on here on the back. What I'm going to be doing today is that I'm going to be coloring outside the lines of crochet. See how there's really no slip stitching that's available here? I can see it here because it's abnormal, but if you slip stitch conventionally you end up with a really big gap. Today I'm going to solve that problem for you. I think it goes outside the rules of crochet, so I can't really say that it's official. I would just do it if it were me to close that off. So today what we're going to do is that we're going to get you started, and we have a crochet diagram thanks to Daniel, and then let me show you that next. So there's an official pattern right here. You can download it here on the website. Just look at more information of today's tutorial and it will have a direct link, and you can download this easily. So it's 2 pages of that. It is the circle centered transitioning to the actual square just like this. And then what we're going to be doing then is that we have a diagram provided of just the circle itself showing you how it's growing out, and we're going to follow it along. And then is another diagram of taking it from the grayed out area, which is the circle that exists, and then showing you how to transition it here. And then you can see examples of here. So it's actually kind of neat how we transition. So it doesn't matter which circle, whether it's the one we're working on today or the one that's semicircle or the one the one that's tapestry crochet. It's all going to be the same as far as transitioning then out to the edge just like this. So without further ado, let's just go back to the start of this diagram and let's grab our size I 5.5 millimeter crochet hook, and I'm recommending Caron 1 pound yarn for today's yarn. This video has sound alerts added. When you hear this sound, It will be your signal that the segment is finishing up. Press stop and crochet the instructions and then press play again to continue along in your project. So on the Crochet Cruises, I like to teach how to read diagrams. It's one of my go-to things on the ship, and some of you are like, oh my god, no, but this is actually really kind of a cool idea, and once you understand this, you can leave those words aside and just follow along. So we're gonna start off in the middle and we're gonna chain 4, and then we're gonna attach it with a slip stitch, and then chain up 3, and then go into the center ring like so. So you're going to notice that there in this whole thing is that there's a consistency of growth as we get bigger and bigger and bigger, and each one of these are double crochet. We have a stitch key then on the top. So as it gets bigger and bigger, you'll notice that every time you go to start a new section, there will be 2 into the 1, and then it will be 1 1 and then 2, and then you go in the next one, there's 2 in the first one, and then 1 1 1 and then 2. See the next one, 2 in the first one, and then 1 1 1 1 2. So it's actually really quite easy to follow. I made it as simply as I could, and the only one that's not as simple as it could be is number 13, and that's not a big deal, but we need to bring it back in balance right at the very end of this. So the last 2 rounds of the circle itself are just single crochets, and those are usually the rings that you saw in the actual pattern. Those 2 there make a nice thick ring that goes all the way around. So let's grab our yarn now and let's begin row number 1 or round number 1. So let's begin and create a slip knot, and we're gonna insert that onto the hook just like this, and we want to chain a total of 4. So 1 2 3 and 4, and I want you to insert the hook into the beginning chain, yarn over and pull through, and then you have the center ring nice and tight right in the center. Let's begin round number 1. So in round number 1 we're gonna start off with chaining a 3, which counts as a double crochet, and we want to double crochet 11 times into the center of the ring. This straggler, just wrap it around the ring like it's part of the ring, and so it'll stick underneath, so you'll lose it underneath, so you don't need to weave that in later. So let's count these out. So this is a total of 1 and 2, we want to get to 11, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we got 9, 10, and 11. So you actually have 12, and the reason for it is that the first one here, the chain 3, counts as 1. So let's count those out to make sure we got it. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 and 12, and I want you to slip stitch to the top of the first chain 3 to conclude that round. So this is round number 1. Let's move along to round number 2. So as we move up to round number 2, we're going to chain up 3, which counts as a double crochet, and then we're going to put in a double crochet into the same one, and then we're going to put 2 into each one of these as we go all the way around. I'm going to cheat the system right on this very last one to show you how to bring this together so you don't have an obvious slip stitch. This is breaking the rules of crochet, so exercise caution, but this is what I would do because that's what I did to close it off. Let's move on to round number 2. So let's begin round number 2. We're going to chain up 3, which counts as a double crochet, and I want you in the same space that you just did the join, do it again, do a double crochet there. So there's 2 existing out of that one. So moving to the next one, I want you to put 2 double crochets in each one all the way around. So I'm gonna leave that for you, and meet me back at the end of this round because I'm gonna show you how to cheat the system. So each double crochet that you're going into is gonna get 2 double crochets this time around. This is round number 2, and I'll see you at the end of this round. So as I come up in round number 2, I got 1 stitch left, which is right here. But to see how this one's leaning over, this is what creates that slip stitch gapping that you see. It's this here is part of this, so it already exists, but it creates a gap. And let me just show you and prove that to you. So the very last one, I'm gonna put in my 2 double crochets just like this, and then I would join it to the top of the chain 3. That's technically how it's done. But because you just did that, it looks like it's abnormal, and therefore it'll create a gap in your space instead of being consistent. So what I would do on the last stitch each time you're doing these rounds, okay, this is what I would do. Again, I'm breaking the rules of crochet, so don't quote me on this. This is your hack opportunity. So I want you to go into the last one and do the first double crochet. Okay, technically I would double crochet in that one again and then attach. But what I want you to do is that I want you to do 2 together using this final stitch and this section right here that's part of this. It'll join it together. So wrap the hook going into the same stitch that you were just in, pull through 2, and then go into this one here which is technically not a stitch. Wrap it first going in, pull through 2 and hold it. So what you're doing is that you're putting this gapping space and the last stitch together to equal 1 stitch, which keeps your balance, and then pull through all 3 and then join to the top of the first chain 3. And now see, nice and closed. So it's, you didn't add any extra stitches, and in fact you just used it here just to cover in this gap space. So let's move along to round number 3. So let's move up to row number 3. We're going to chain up 3 and then we're gonna put a double crochet into the first one which is the same one, and then the next double crochet sitting by itself, and then the next one will have 2 into it. Then the next one's by itself and the next one will have 2. So I'm gonna start you off in this round. We're gonna get you started and then I'll meet you at the end of this round just to recap on how to finish this round to close in that gap so that you can cheat the system just like that. So let's move along to round number 3. So let's move along to round number 3. We're gonna chain 3, which counts as a double crochet, and then into the same one that you did the attaching you're going to put in another double crochet. So there's your 2, and in this round the next one then is by itself, and then the repeat pattern going all the way around for this one is the next one has 2. So 1 and 2, and then the next one's by itself, 1 double crochet. So you're gonna repeat that same pattern going all the way around. So it's 2 1 2 1, and then you'll meet me at the end of this round. I'll recap on how to cheat the system to hide in that slip stitching that you would normally have, and I'll see you at the end of this round. So I'm back then to the last stitch that's available, and then this is the one that it goes over to here. So if you're doing this correctly, after you're going all the way around, see how you got 2 here and you got 1 left? Well, the next time you come around you'll have 2 there and then you'll have 2 left. So because you're starting off with the double right in the middle, like the 2 right in the start for example, then the next one's 1. When you go to finish these off you're finishing after that point. So there's 2 here and there's 1 left. So what we want to do to fill in that space is that we're gonna put these 2 together. So just going into the last one, pull through 2 and hold, and then go into that last space right here, which is technically not a stitch, we're just filling it in, pull through 2 and hold, and then pull through all 3 loops and then join it. Okay, so when the last time we did it we were doing it so that there's 2 into the same one, but because we're now getting it bigger you're gonna see that it's gonna be done that way. So let's move along to round number 4. So chain up 3, so 1 2 3, 2 into the very first one that you did the attaching to, and then the next 2 are 1 each. So 1 double crochet in each. Okay, so the repeat pattern for number 4 is 2 into the next one. So 1 and 2, and then 1 into each 1 into the next 2. Okay, so please do that all the way around for round number 4. I'm going to insist that you're now gonna finish up just like hiding your slip stitching just like I showed you. I'll show you one more time and then I'm gonna then leave that part of the tutorial for you then for the rest without having to re-show you each and every time. So 2 into the next one and then 1 into each of the next 2. Please do that for round number 4. So I'm finishing up round number 4, so the next one has 2 in it, just keeping the counts, and then you'll end up with 2 left, which is the right thing to do. So there you're just gonna do 1 double crochet in the next, just like that, and now there's only 1 here but you want to put it together with the space. So just going in, pull through 2 and hold it, and then go into that illegitimate space, pull through 2 and hold it, and then pull through all 3 and then join it, and that was round number 4. So I'm not gonna show you that anymore. I'm gonna keep on going. So let's move on to round number 5. So 1 2 3 counts as a double crochet, and you're going to double crochet into the same one. Okay, and then now the next 3 are going to be 1 double crochet each. So 1 2 and 3. So the repeat pattern for number 5 is that there's 2 into the next one. So 1 and 2, and then the next 3 are 1 double crochet each. Please repeat that pattern all the way around for round number 5. Do the same trick at the very end. I'm not gonna show that to you, and then we'll keep on moving. So this is round number 5. So I'm coming up to the end of row number 5, and there's just 3 in a row. after we did that 2 into the same one, and I'm just gonna do my little trick at the end. The last one I'm going to just make it and link it directly to that space that's right in front of it, and we'll bring that to conclusion. So that's round number 5. Let's move along to round number 6. Let's move along to round number 6 now. We're going to chain up a total of 3 counts as a double crochet and put a double crochet right into the same one. And now in round number 6 there's gonna be 4 in a row of double crochets, so let's count those out. So 1, 2 and 3 and 4, and then the next one is going to have 2. So if you're ever unsure, see how the 2 are into the same one right here? The first one is always the one that has the 2 in it, just so you know when you're doing any of this double crochet into the circle. The only exception is the very final round as we go all the way around in round 13. So again, to recap then, round 6 is 4 in a row. So 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then the next one is gonna have 2, and you can see how it's the same ones under there. So the first one has 2. Please do that same thing going all the way around for round number 6. So I'm now at the end of round number 6. I'm putting my finals together. There's 4 in a row, and again doing my little trick then with the last one by putting it together with that space. And that concludes off round number 6, just really quite easily. So let's begin round number 7. Round number 7, let's begin chain up 3 and then just double crochet into the same one. Remember, if you're changing colors at any time, I will be showing changing colors on round number 10. So if you want to fast forward, if you want to learn how to do that sooner, just fast forward to round number 10. So in round number 7 we're going to do the next 5 in a row. So we did double crochet into the first one, and the chain 3 counts as 2. So it's gonna be 5 in a row this time. So this is number 2, 3, 4 and 5, and then the next one has 2, and again if you look where the 2 are in there, it's the first one there that has the 2. It's always nice to have a visual confirmation. So again it's gonna be 5 in a row and then 2, 5 in a row and 2. Please do that around for number 7. So now coming up to the end of round number 7, remember that there's still 5 in a row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then do my little trick. This is the 5th one, but I'll add the gap in there just to bring it together, put it together, and then just attach to the top of the chain 3. So that's round number 7. Let's move on to round number 8. Chain up 3 counts as a double crochet. A double crochet into the same one. So there's your 2 into the same one, and now for round number 8 the next 6 are by themselves. So let's do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, just like that. And then the next one has 2 in it, and if you look at see where it's down below, it's the first one of that 2 that has the 2 again this time. So 6 in a row and then 2, 6 in a row and then 2. Please do that all the way around. So I'm just finishing up round number 8, and I'm just doing my final stitches here, and the last one I'm gonna do my magic and put that together with the space, close that off and make it look real good. Okay, so let's move on to round number 9. So we just got one more round to do, and then I'm gonna change the color to red to match the sample that I showed in the very beginning of today's tutorial. So this one is chain 3 again. It counts as a double crochet into the same one, and now the next 7 in a row will be 1 double crochet each. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and then there will be 2 in the next one. And again, see where these 2 are together? So you see that? See, the first one is the one with the 2. I just want to give you that as a reference point. Okay, so here for round number 9 it's 7 in a row, then 2, 7 and then 2. Continue that all the way around. So I'm finishing up round number 9, and I'm just coming right to the end, keeping my counts. I'm all good. And again, that last one I'm just gonna put together, but I'm going to change my color now and move along to do the next color that is available. So this looks really quite amazing. So to finish off my color, so those that want to do that, you can change colors at any time, but you just have to just cut your yarn and then just pull through and then just weave it through about 2 inches of back and forth underneath the stitches here. And then when you come back in the next round, you're gonna go right up over top of that, and then you'll trap that permanently in position. Or you could use a darning needle if you wish, but this is the way that I would do it, just as a peace of mind. So let's begin round number 10. So I'm gonna use red. So we have a total of 4 more rows to go. So we have 2 double crochet rows and then 2 single crochet rows. So right where we finished off, we want to rejoin our yarn back in and start again. So this is where I joined it. So I want to start there, and I want to just pull it through with a slip stitch and now chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, and you guessed right, it counts as a double crochet. And lay this straggler down, so go into the same stitch, but lay this go down and then you'll trap that underneath the stitches, and then you won't have to worry about that either. So you get 2 into the first one then, and then how many in a row for number 10? It's gonna be 8. So there's 8 double crochets in a row. So you kind of know the rhythm. So there's gonna be 8 and then 2 and then 8 and then 2. So keep on doing that all the way around for round number 10, and then we're gonna fasten this color off, bring on white, and then bring back the red at a later time. So please do that all the way around for round number 10. So as you come around in number 10, you're gonna notice that you have the woven in end that you had, and you want to make sure that you get underneath that so that you can trap it under position. So I just did my 2 there in a row. So just when I insert in, make sure that it stays above so that I can get it in there. So just when I go see, do you see it right there? It's that line. So when I sink in, I want to make sure I get underneath that so that it will get stuck into position as you go. So you're just gonna go all the way to the end, just following it around, and then I'll do my little trick at the end in order to keep it looking consistent without any slip stitching obvious stitch work here. So then I'm just gonna go right into the beginning, bring those together, and then go into the top. So I'm gonna fasten off this yarn here just like I did before, and I'm gonna bring on my white next. So please join me in just a second. So let's move on to round number 11. I'm gonna bring in my white now for my stripe, and just gonna create a slip knot, put it onto the hook, and right where I have see the first 2 coming in, I'm gonna go in the top of that first one, attach it with the slip stitch like I had before, and then chain 3. So 1, 2, 3. I know the white's hard to see on the white background, and then just double crochet into that same one as always. And so then this one here is 9 in a row with just double crochets. So last time it was 8, so the next 9. So 1, 2, and 3, and go all the way to 9, and then 2, 9, and then 2. Please do that all the way around for round number 11. So I'm coming up to the end of round number 11, and I'm just continuing to have everything in balance, and I'm coming into my last stitch and doing my magic trick. I'll just bring in the first in just to cover that seam line, and then attach to the chain 3. So we're gonna fasten off this yarn, and we're gonna bring back the red for 2 more rounds of single crochets this time, and we'll be right back. So just fasten this off, and let's get our red ready to go again. So let's begin round number 12. We're gonna bring back our red, and we're going to attach. This time it's gonna be a single crochet round, and so we have the 2 that we had. So here's the line coming up. So it's the first one. We're going to attach with the slip stitch, chain 1 only this time because it's a single crochet, and then just going into the same one and single crochet, and then single crochet once more into that first one. Okay, so what we're going to do then, we're gonna work our way all the way around. So this time what we need to do is that we need to put 10 single crochets in a row. So let's count these out. So 1, 2, and 3. See how I'm going up over top of the line 2? This is so 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And now the next one, see how you got the 2 into the same one for a reference point? That one's gonna be 2 single crochets. So you're gonna do 10 in a row and then 2, 10 in a row and 2. Please do that all the way around for round number 12. So I'm coming to the end of round number 12, and I'm just doing things as normal. Here's my last one, and I'm just going to just put 2 together. This is a single crochet. Let me show you that. So you're gonna single crochet, but you're gonna put 2 together. So just wrap and pull through, go into the space and pull through, and then you have 3 on your hook, pull through, and then you just filled in that space and then just join it to the top of the first single crochet that you had started with. So we have one more round to do in the round here, and we're gonna leave on this here. So we're gonna change gears a little bit. So we're gonna chain up one, and what we're going to do then to begin this is that we're going to put in 2 single crochets to start, and the count this time around is going to be 8 and then 2, 8 and then 2. So let's do the first 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 and then 2. So please do that same thing going all the way around for round number 13. So I'm just coming up on the end of round number 13, and I'm just putting the last one in, and I'm attaching it to the gapping space to finalize it, to bring it to conclusion and attach to the first top of the single crochet. Then that's it. So now we're physically done the round, and now we're going to transition now to a square. We're gonna talk about that next, and I want you to think about where that slip stitching line is in the middle of it, and we'll be right back. Let me just fasten this off, and I'll see you in just a moment. So I'm back here, and now I have my circle just like you see here. So I got 2 of these now at the perfect size. They're awesome. You'll see the slip stitching line is right here. It's barely hard to tell because of the way that I did it, and you can see before I didn't do it as the same. I did it kind of conventionally, therefore you can kind of see it, and this is the why I'm doing it the way I'm doing it here. So what you want to do is you want to classify where you're gonna put your motif if you're gonna use one at all, because you're gonna want to put the seam line under a certain line that is not so obvious. So maybe you don't want it coming off to the side or at the top. Just think about where this is, because what you need to do is that we're gonna start off right in the corner first as we begin, and you're gonna want to position where this line is right off the top so that you can have total control of it. Just think about it, at this point you have 4 sides to be able to work with, and so if you wanted that down here, then maybe then you'll start off a corner like here, and then just build it out if you want to, and then just keep it so it looks consistent. So if you're doing more than one of these for the particular blanket, you maybe wanted to watch where this line is and make it the same each and every time. So let's begin, and we're gonna transition now to a square. So let's create a slip knot to begin, and I'm just following the seam line, and this is where I want my first corner to be. Okay, so we're gonna just insert our hook in, and I'm going to attach it with a slip stitch, and then I'm going to chain 4, and that counts as a treble. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. So each one of the sides are identical to each other. It's important to keep count as you go all the way around. So what we want to do is that we want to treble into that same one. So we're creating 1/2 of a corner first, and we'll create the other half of this corner when we come back around the other side. So we have 2 trebles into the same one. So now what we want to do is that we want in the next 4 stitches to be trebles. So we're gonna wrap that hook twice and go into the next 4 for 1 treble each. So let's do that. Notice that I'm burying in the tail as I go to keep it underneath the stitches. So I'm putting 4 trebles in a row. Just like that. Okay, so this is the very corner of your piece. So now what we're going to do is that the next 5 will be 1 double crochet each. So let's just do that. So 1, I'll count these out, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So there is 5 doubles in a row. So I'm gonna drop the straggler now. So the next 5 are gonna be half double crochets. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, so let's recap. So you had, after you did the first one was a corner, you had 4 trebles, you had 5 doubles, 5 half doubles, and now you're going to do 11 single crochets. So this is the middle section. So 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. So this is the very side of your square. So this is the corner, this is the middle of the side, and then the corner will be over here somewhere. So think about this as a mirror image. So what you have to do is that you have to reverse what you just did over here. So you're gonna do, up to begin, we're gonna do 5 half double crochets, 5 doubles, and then some trebles. So let's do the half doubles first. So we're gonna put 5 in a row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 half doubles. Now we're gonna do 5 doubles. So let's do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Really easy, right? And now we're gonna do trebles. So we're gonna do 4 trebles in a row just like we did on the other side. So let's do that. So we got 1, 2, we have 3, and 4. So there's your 4 trebles, and now the next one is the next corner. So to do that, to corner, what we're gonna do is that we're going to put 2 trebles into the same one, then we're going to chain 2, and then we're gonna do trebles into that one again. So it's just like we're starting the other side. So I'm just grabbing some more yarn here. So we're gonna put 2 more trebles into that same one to finalize the corner. Do you get that? So all you're just gonna do is that you're gonna repeat what you already know from this one over here. So let's just do one more side just to make sure that you got it, and we'll just take our time here on tutorial format. So we're going to put 4 trebles in a row. So let's count those. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just like so. And now the next 5 will be 1 double each. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now the next 5 will be half doubles. So let's count those. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now we're ready for the middle section, because here's a corner and we're gonna be in the middle. So the middle one, there's gonna be 11 single crochets. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And now we're gonna start getting bigger again as we head to the next point of the corner. And what we're going to start off with is 5 half doubles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now we're gonna do 5 doubles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now we're gonna get to the biggest one. So we're gonna do 4 trebles in a row. So 1, and we got 2, we got 3, and we got 4. And then the next one is the corner once again. So the corners, if you remember, are 2 trebles in a row. So 2 trebles into the same one, sorry. And then chain 2. This is your very corner, and 2 trebles once again inside. So if you want to just review, just rewind this part of the tutorial and just work your way across, and you are making the circle transitioning into a square. So continue all the way around. I'll meet you on the other side of this, and then we'll move on to the second round of the transition. So let's finish this off. You can do it 2 ways. You can either chain 2 and attach it to the top of the first chain 4, which is what I technically do. But if you'd like to be right directly in the center, what you can just do is that you could just finish it with a half double crochet. So you just wrap the hook and then just go into the top of the chain 4 and half double crochet that like that, and then you end up right in the middle. That's up to you. Jeannie would do it that way. I would do it this way, or the other way. So Jeannie does it this way. I'd do it the other way. So let's begin this second round. So we're going to chain up 4, which counts as a treble again, and we're gonna treble once again into this chain 2 space, just like that. So what we're going to do this time is that there's gonna be 3 trebles in a row. So wrap the hook. This is the last time you'll be doing trebles. I know that you love them a lot. So we're gonna do 3 trebles in a row, and then we're going to move on. So the next 6 are going to be double crochets. So just going into the next 6, let's count these out together. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then the next 6 are gonna be half doubles. So we have 1, 2, 3. Oh, I think I skipped one. Let's try it again. It'll be 3, 4, 5, and 6, just like this. The next 13 now are going to be a single crochet. So let's do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13, just like that. And now the next 6 are gonna be halves, doubles. So let's do that. So I got a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now let's go up to a double. So we're gonna do 6 in a row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And now you'll see that you only have 3 more trebles left, and we only want to put in 3 anyway. So we're just gonna do 3 trebles left. So do 1 into each with the treble. Those trebles come in handy. I know a lot of people don't like it because they have to rotate that extra time around the hook, but then it's a much taller stitch, right? So can't have one without the other. So once you get that done, we're now going to go into a corner. So the corners will always be the same of 2 trebles followed by chain 2 and 2 trebles once again. So you can reverse this video and start back up again as we go across. So then the next 3 are trebles, 6 doubles, 6 half doubles, 13 singles, and then 6 half doubles, 6 doubles, and then 3 trebles, and then the corner of 2 trebles, chain 2 trebles. Please do that all the way around. I'll meet you at the end of this rotation. So as you come all the way back around, we're going to then, you got 3 trebles in a row, and you're gonna finish off and finish the corner with 2 trebles. And you've got 2 choices. You can either chain 2, 1 and 2, and join to the top of the chain 4, or you can just pull that back out and just half double crochet to the top of that one as well, and that will put you directly in the center. So let's move along to the 3rd round, and this is the last time that you'll be doing it because you're almost to the shape of the square, but you can still see that you're oval a little bit. So we're gonna be able to get that completely fixed in the next round. So let's move along and do that. So this is the next round. This is the final round that transitions it, and it gets it as close as it will ever be to a square, and it really will be a square. So you're going to chain 3 this time. This counts as a double crochet, and you're going to double crochet into the same space, just like that. So what you're gonna do is the next 7 stitches are gonna each be a double crochet. So you're done with the trebles. So 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now the next 8 are going to be half double crochets. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, just like that. Now the next 17 are going to be single crochets. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. So now the next 8 are going to be half double crochets. So let's do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And now the next 7 are going to be doubles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 takes you to the last one before the corner. And so the corners will always be the same of 2 double crochets this time, and then chain 2 and 2 double crochets. So this will take you then to restart once again. So let's just recap. You can rewind the video and follow me across again if you need to. So it'll be 7 doubles, 8 half doubles, 17 singles, 8 half doubles, 7 doubles, and then the corners will be 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles. Please do that all the way around, and I'll see you at the end of this round, and we've just got one more round to go. So when you come all the way back around, you're gonna finish off the final corner and put in 2 double crochet, and then this is it for this transitioning, and then we just have one more border around, so you can chain 2 and then join to the top if you want to. And then we're just gonna fasten off, and we just have one more round to do, and this will be the final conclusion of this. And then you can sew on your motifs if you would like to, and in order to customize it for you. The star, as I mentioned at the start of the tutorial, is just from a baby blanket. I just did a star and then I stopped when I thought it was gonna fit into the middle of the circle. So it's actually kind of an easy idea, and I'll put a suggestion in the more information video, or in the more information link of today's tutorial on being able to do that. So you can see that it's now technically into a square, and now the last round will make it completely into a square. So it's just slightly bent up a little bit, not a big deal, but the next round will completely finish it off. So let's do the final, and I'm just bringing back the blue. Kind of matches the middle. Up to you, your colors that you wish. We're gonna start off in one corner, doesn't matter which one, just go right into the chain 2 space, attach it with a slip stitch, and then I want you to chain a total of 3. So 1, 2, 3, and that counts as your double crochet, and then double crochet once again. And now each stitch across is just gonna get 1 double crochet, noticing that I'm burying in the end as I go. And so when you hit the next corner, you're gonna do the same thing of 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, and then continue on with just 1 double crochet in each. So please do that all the way around. This is your final round of the square, and I will see you at the end of this revolution. So I'm now coming all the way back around, and the last corner is gonna be 2 double crochet followed by chain 2 and 2 double crochet. So because this is the very end of the square, I'm going to show you with the darning needle how to finish this off. So just leave an extra long tail so that you can feed it through a darning needle, and just feed it through. So just pull it snug, and I want you to take this tail here with your darning needle and just put it on. You don't want to give this to a child and the tails fall out. Any other place we could bury it, but we can't bury it right at the end. So just drag it along the stitch work. Do not impede with the outside stitches. So just keep on the inside, and when you pop it, just make sure it's underneath the line. So you should not be able to see it when you look down. Okay, and just pull it through, and just go 1. Okay, pull it snug, but just make sure it's got the flexibility right off the bat, and go back in the other direction for 2. And finally going in the other direction for 3. So I'm going in different sets of fibers when I go back and forth, because if you go in the exact same path, it'll never stay. So then you can just pull it, and now you can just safely trim it down into your project, and it will never fall out because you've weaved it in all the way. So this is how to complete this. Let me just back away the camera, and let's show you what we've got done today. So here's our square today. This is the right side that's facing up. You'll notice that it looks different on the back side, and here's the other one that was the original. So you can see that you can just sew on motifs. We'll do a separate video on how to sew on motifs just for your convenience, but this is how it will look. It'll be completely flat, and when you go to join it to a neighboring square, they'll be perfectly in line with each other. So here's the seam line up here. Doesn't matter where it is. It only matters until you put a seam, like a motif down on here, then it will have a direction, but right now it's a clean slate and you can do anything that you want, or you could just leave it like this as well. So until next time, I'm Mikey on behalf of the Crochet Crowd as well as my friends over at Yarn Inspirations. Thank you so much, and we'll see you again real soon. Bye bye.